What's up, everybody? We have a fun one today. We are opening a box of Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is the new Magic the Gathering Universes Beyond crossover. Big thank you to Wizards of the Coast for sending this product our way and allowing us to get an early look at it. We are ambassadors for Avatar, so big thank you to Wizards as well for the ambassador status on this one. It is such a pleasure and an honor to be part of this release. Let's go ahead and get into this box opening because I'm sure many of you are very excited, just like we are, to see what is inside. Let's go ahead and crack on in. One thing I want to say before we crack into the box, I am halfway through the first season of the show, and I'm so happy I found it. It's so special that Magic has these collaborations that not only bring new players to Magic, but bring Magic players to new things. Avatar was one of these things. I've heard of it for years, but it was off my radar, and now I've decided to start watching the show so that I can have a connection to these products. It's just such a great show. I can't wait to get through the rest of it. So please, if I butcher anybody's name, I'm so sorry. I already know that the comments are coming, but let's go ahead and just crack on in. There are 12 packs in this. So there we go. The box is open. All right, let's move this over. I want to take a sip of juice. There we go. And I got some water here as well, just in case. If we get too close to any firebending cards, I might need some water for it. Set this over here. Let's go ahead and shuffle the packs. We'll just go like this. All right, we got a big old 12 packs here of Avatar. Everybody, oh, I like the way the playmat actually matches the Avatar packs as well. That was unintentional, but you know what? We'll take it. I like to go and open from the bottom of the packs here. I am very excited to open this set. I know there are some spicy cards in here. I think it's all front-loaded, so like the spicy stuff is going to be here, but if you know me, we like to take these opportunities to savor the packs. So I'm just going to go slow rolling it through the back here. Really, really nice cards. And there's a Toph. That's pretty sweet. A little foil Toph. These are our uncommons. So I'm just going to put all of our foil commons and uncommons together. And then once we get to the spicy stuff, that's a Valorous Stance reprint. That's cool. Island. And now here we get to the spicier stuff. These are going to be our rares and or mythics. So we find an Azula. That is one that I was just looking at earlier today as being like, this could be a really fun commander to build. Oh, looks like we have an Aang and La. All right, we have Iroh. Oh, that's a fun card. Little hasty 4/4 with Mentor. I like it. Or you know what? Let's go... Here, we'll go like this. We'll go rare over here. And then extended art. And then we have Aang Swift Savior. Now this is the scene frame here. Followed by a Heartbeat of Spring. This is like the... What a great screenshot there. Whenever a player taps a land for mana, that player adds 1 mana of any type that land produced. So these cards here, this is like the source material frame, where they take moments from the show and then cross them over and take an MTG card and put that frame on it. That's really cool. Followed by a Sandbender Scavengers. Is our foil extended art rare. And I want to show this off as well because these look similar, right? You have 2 extended art, but pay attention to the mana symbol here. I believe this is from Jumpstart. And then this here is the main set. So those set symbols are what differentiate the cards. All right, I just wanted to take a moment to look up all the different frames and everything, so I'm going to do my best. So this is the Elemental frame, Showcase Elemental. This is extended art. These are the source material frames, and as we see more of the other stuff, there's like Eclipse intro inspired. There is obviously the headliner. If we find that, we're going to know what that is. And then there's also field notes versions. There's all sorts of stuff. So if we find them, I will do my best to let you know exactly what they are. But let's go ahead and keep going here. Going into pack 2 of the box. And we're going from the back here. This is what I like to do. Really take our time. Take a look at all these cards. You know, if you're getting a collector box, you really want to savor the experience. This is one of the best ways to get a whole bunch of special versions of the cards from these sets. So you're going to want to go ahead and savor the packs. I like to really take my time opening this stuff. I'm going to have to go through and do some organizing once we get done. Love the art on that Explorer. So this is from Jumpstart, and this is where you're going to see popular Magic the Gathering cards that are not new, that are reprints that have Avatar art on them. So that looks really neat. We have the Duke, followed by our Mountain, and now here's where we get to the spicy stuff. First is the Last Agni. This is pretty sweet. 1 in a red. Pretty spicy card here. Target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls. If the creature the opponent controls is dealt excess damage this way, add that much red. Until end of turn, you don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. It's a pretty spicy card. We'll put that over here. Followed by, oh, Sokka, Swordmaster. This is a pretty spicy foil here. 3/3 for 2 and a white. With Vigilance, equipment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each ally you control. At the beginning of combat on your turn, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to Sokka. So that looks pretty sweet. And that is a foil mythic right there. Followed by a Great Divide Guide. And this is going to be in the Showcase Elemental frame. You can see the element here. That's pretty sweet. This is a really nice frame. I think it's very elegant, man. I like the patterns here on the side. It's just very nice. I'm a fan of this frame. It's a good frame. All right, here we go. And then we also have 3 Dreams. This is a non-foil source material card this time. Search your library for up to 3 aura cards with different names. Reveal them. Put them in your hand, then shuffle. This is a pretty powerful card if you are in an enchantment aura deck. And then it looks like we have a little bit of duplication here as we get to the last card. It is an Aang Swift Savior in the foil elemental frame. Flash flying when Aang enters airbend up to 1 other target creature or spell, then has waterbend 8, and you transform, and then it becomes a 5/5 legendary creature avatar spirit ally. When Aang and La attack, put a +1/+1 counter on each tapped creature you control. So pretty fun card. The foiling is just beautiful. Card, oh, love to see a nice flat card. That looks really, really, really nice. We're going to set that to the side because that is a one of our spicier hits. We'll put that up here. Looking at that going, should I build a commander deck out of that? Let's keep going here. Ugh! How do I open this? Oh, the packs are kind of... There we go. There we go. Had to go from the other side there. All right. Rocky Rebuke. I think this is the best my piles have ever been. I know that people in the comments are going to be like, Jake, I can't believe you figured out how to do your piles. I know. I know, we've done it. Oh, Gran. Rockalanche. There's so many flip cards. Thriving Heath. Jumpstart cards. Animal Attendant. Would really like to see that Zookeeper. We find a Mountain. Then let's go over here. First card, it's our rare. It is a Spirit Water Revival. 1 and 2 blue sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may waterbend 6 and then draw 2 cards. If this spell's additional cost was paid, instead shuffle your graveyard into your library, draw 7 cards, and you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. Exile Spirit Water Revival. That's a pretty spicy card. It's an interesting one. Then we have Tale of Momo. 2 and a white, sorcery. This spell costs 2 less to cast if a creature left the battlefield under your control this turn. And then it has search your library and or graveyard. For an ally creature card, reveal it, put it in your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle. So that is our full art. Oh, nope, that's Jumpstart, so we'll just keep that there. So Jumpstart cards you can get in full art, as we already saw with Iroh up here. Then we do have Bison Whistle. Artifact, look at the top card of your library. If it's a Bison card, you may put it in your onto the battlefield. If it's a creature card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. Otherwise, you may put it into your graveyard. So another Jumpstart card there. Then 2 cards left. We have Training Grounds. That's a good card. And I love this art. This is the source material frame here again. And then last card, let's go ahead and slow roll it. Can we find something super spicy? Oh, it looks like it's extended art. It is a Suki, Courageous Rescuer. 1 and 2 white. Other creatures you control get +1/+0. Whenever another permanent you control leaves the battlefield during your turn, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Okay. Put our token over here. Foil extended art. There we go. North Pole Gates. Hawk action. The Spirit Oasis. Uncle Iroh. Wolf Corv Villager. Cove. Hippo cows. Got the art on these hippo cows. Triple 5/4. It's great. We have Katara here. Could be a fun pauper commander, possibly. Followed by a swamp. Oh, and it looks like we find an Aang here. Mythic. There's no slow rolling that one. Go ahead and set our swamp here. Oh yeah, there we go. Avatar Aang. This is the regular border, but it looks so great. Red, green, white, blue. Sans black. Flying, firebending 2. 4/4. Whenever you waterbend, earthbend, firebend, or airbend, draw a card. Then if you've done all 4 this turn, transform Avatar Aang. And then flips into Aang, Master of Elements. Flying, spells you cast cost Wooburg less to cast. At the beginning of each upkeep, you may transform Aang, Master of Elements. If you do, you gain 4 life, draw 4 cards, put 4 +1/+1 counters on him, and he deals 4 damage to each opponent. What a card! Love to see that. That is so sick. We'll set that over here because that's a mythic. Nice big mythic there. It's a fun one. Followed by The Terror of Serpent's Pass. 5 and 2 blue for an 8/8 hexproof. Let's go. What a serpent. That's pretty sick. It goes in our Jumpstart pile. Followed by, ooh, an Aang Airbending Master. So 2 mythic Aang pack here. When Aang enters, airbend another target creature. Whenever one or more creatures you control leave the battlefield without dying, you get an experience counter. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 white ally creature token for each experience counter you have. So this looks really fun. This is also from the Jumpstart pack. So extended art Aang here. This is like the Aang pack going on. You get a lot of Jumpstart cards as you're seeing this pile here, all Jumpstart symbol. 2 cards left. Now we're going to have the source material frame. And that is the Boy in the Iceberg foil Dark Depths. Legendary Snowland, and you know what it is. It makes Merit Lage, a legendary 2020 black avatar creature token with flying and indestructible. Wow. What a hit. Foil Mythic Dark Depths. That is pretty wild. Let's go ahead and set that here in our source material. And we will go ahead and slow roll this. This has been a 3 mythic pack right here. And it looks like we have a field notes version of the Walls of Ba Sing Se. I probably butchered the name of that. I'm not at this part in the show yet, but that is pretty sweet. Massive 030 Defender, making this a 4 mythic pack. 8 cost, 030. Other permanents you control have indestructible, and it is a legendary artifact creature wall, meaning this could be your commander. What do you think of it? That is pretty sick. What a pack. What a massive, massive pack. All of the mythics in that pack. 4 of them. That is crazy. Really fast, most of you who are watching this box opening right now are not subscribed. If you're enjoying this and you like getting a first look at products like this, make sure you're subscribed and come check out a video in the future. Pretty cool. All right, let's keep going. So far, really impressed with the card quality as well. These look really nice right out of the pack. Sokka's Haiku, 575, love it. Shared Roots, Fire Nation Ambushers, Thriving Grove. Then we have Momo, Rambunctious Rascal. I really love this card if you are playing limited, or if you get this in your, if you do any sort of chaos draft or something. Enters, he deals 4 damage to target tap creature and opponent controls. It's a pretty fun little card right there. Island, and then we get the Lion Turtle. Vigilance, Reach, 3/6 for 1, a green and a blue. When the Lion Turtle enters, you gain 3 life. The Lion Turtle can't attack or block unless there are 3 or more lesson cards in your graveyard. So it is a Lessons Matters card going on here. Followed by a Fang, Roku's Companion. 3 and 2 red for a 4/4 flying. Whenever Fang attacks, another target legendary creature you control gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is Fang's power. When Fang dies, if he wasn't a spirit, return this card to the battlefield under your control. He's a spirit in addition to his other types. And that is the Jumpstart card, followed by a Fire Lord Zuko, and this is in the scene frame. This is like a sketch kind of look going on here. Mardu for a 2/4 human noble ally, firebending X, where X is Fire Lord Zuko's power. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, and whenever a permanent you control enters from exile, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. It's a pretty big ability there. First time that we're seeing that frame, so I'm going to go ahead and set it here. Oh god, now my piles are getting crazy. Everybody, my piles! I was doing so good. Visions of Beyond. This is an old fun card. Instant draw a card if a graveyard has 20 or more cards in it. Draw 3 cards instead. This look very minimalistic. No real like text box or anything. Just focusing on the art. It is our source material frame. And then we will flip it and slow roll it behind this really cool ally token. What have we got? It looks like an extended art. Extended art Abandoned Air Temple. It is a land. This land enters tapped unless you control a basic land. Tap, add white. And then for 3 and a white, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. As far as lands from this set go, this is a very good land. Putting a 1/1 counter on each creature you control And it does cost 5 mana because you have to tap 3 and a white and tap this land in order to do it. This is a very strong effect, and it's cool to see effects like this on lands. Go ahead and set that here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packs left. So after this pack, we are halfway through the box. You know, there's like the headliner in here. I almost want to just like do this. Just like cut it open. There we go. All right, ready for the headliner? Here we go. I'm feeling it. How to start a riot. Pirate peddlers. Air temple. Vengeful villagers. Oh, sledding otter penguin. Adorable. Brainstorm. Really cool that you can get Brainstorm in this as well. Air Nomad Student. And then our full art foil. Really love the art on this as well. These full art foils look so nice. I know that in Magic, all lands are full art these days, but I do not get tired of it. Momo Friendly Flyer. 1 white for a 1/1. I think we already pulled one of these, but the first non-lemur creature spell with flying you cast during each of your turns costs 1 less to cast. Whenever another creature you control with flying enters Momo, gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Set that in our rare pile. And then our Jumpstart card is a Desperate Plea. It is a sorcery lesson, 1 and a black. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature. Choose one or both. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield if its power is less than or equal to the sacrificed creature's power, or destroy target creature. This is a fun card. I like what's going on with this. It's a pretty cool little card. And then we do have Katara's Reversal. 2 and 2 blue. Counter up to 4 target spells and or abilities. Untap up to 4 target artifacts and or creatures. And this is a scene card, as you can tell by this extended art frame, just the limited text box there. This looks really, really nice. The art goes behind the text box. That's how you can tell it's one of the scene cards as well. That looks really, really cool. Where was I putting scene cards? Yeah, right here. There we go. And then we have a Rites of Flourishing. Our source material card, 2 and a green, enchantment. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. Each player may play an additional land on each of their turns. This is one of those group hug cards, man. But it's like if you build it in the right deck, you get way, way, way ahead with it. Really strong card there. Okay. Oh, love this art. Looks like a Field Notes again here, and it's red. I need to take a sip of my water. I don't mean to slow roll, but needed some water there. It is a Ran and Shaw Field Notes. 3 and 2 red for flying firebending 2, 4/4. When Ran and Shaw enter, if you cast them, and there are 3 or more dragon and or lesson cards in your graveyard, create a token that's a copy of Ran and Shaw, except it's not legendary. And then for 3 and a red, dragons you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. You can just sink a bunch of mana into that if you get a lot of firebending going on. Love the way that this card looks. I'm going to go ahead and set that up here because that just has such a nice look to it. Really love the Field Notes version. That puts us halfway through. 6 packs left here. Really do like to, I know it probably drives some people crazy, but I really do like to take my time opening these packs. You really want to savor the experience. Got a penguin going on. Battle Fan. Unlucky Cabbage Merchant. There we go. 2/2. When this creature enters, create a food token. Whenever you sacrifice a food, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped. If you search your library this way, put this creature on the bottom of its owner's library, then shuffle. Oh, that's great. Fire Sages. A glider. A dragon moose, because why not? Suspicious bookcase, that's a reprint. And we get a swamp. Followed by a Scornful Striker. 1 and a black, 2/2. First strike. Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, they lose 2 life. Ooh. That is a very fun rare. Thankfully that's legendary and you can't just stack your whole board with those in constructed. Then we have another Iroh. I pulled one earlier, now we have the regular foil. The non-extended art. Hakoda Selfless Commander. 3 and a white for a 3/5 Vigilance. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast ally spells from the top of your library. And you can sacrifice some creatures you control, get +0/+5, and gain indestructible until end of turn. This is such a selfless spirit type effect here. Love to see this. What a very, very strong card. I'm going to definitely want to put that into one of my decks. I don't know where to put it. I guess like here with the other extended art stuff. That's fine. And then we do have another Dark Depths, because why not just get 2 of these? The Boy and the Iceberg. This time it is not foil, but we'll go ahead and move that over and we will set our second Dark Depths up here. And our last card of the pack. Oh, it looks like it could be another Field Notes, maybe. Raven Eagle. And it is the Field Notes version. 2 and a black for a 2/3 flying. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. If a creature card is exiled this way, create a clue token. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. That is pretty sweet. Another Field Notes version. I guess we'll just put the Field Notes over here together. We also have the wall. So here are our Field Notes versions of cards. Or no, is this not a... No, that is a Field Notes version. Yep. Wow. Really crazy box. I would not have guessed we would be finding 2 Dark Depths. That's pretty wild. 5 packs remain here. That's the spot to open it. I figured it out. Finally figured it out with 5 packs left. That's pretty good. A Turtle Duck. I love it. Corrupt Court Official. Zuko's Exile. Pretty fun card. Crashing Wave. Fancy Footwork. Iroh's Demonstration. Turtle Seals. We had Turtle Ducks. We've got Turtle Seals. Thriving Moor. A Hog Monkey Rampage. Uh-oh. Followed by a Swamp. Little duplicate Swamp from last time. And it's a Great Divide Guide. 1 and a green for 2/3. Each land and ally you control has tap. Add 1 mana of any color. Ooh. That is a good card. And we already pulled one here. So second Great Divide Guide. Oh, the Cabbage Merchant. This is from Jumpstart. 2 and a green, 2/2. This is a foil. Love to see it. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, create a food token. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, sack a food. Tap 2 untapped foods you control. Add 1 mana of any color. So very, very strong card here for 3 mana. Love to see that. That was one of the cards I was looking for. Followed by a Ran and Shaw, and we find a duplicate Field Notes version here. That is pretty wild. We already found that in foil, but we'll go ahead and set that over here as well. And 2 cards left in this pack. We find a foil Training Grounds. So I had already found a Training Grounds down here, but now we find another one, and this one is foil. Training Grounds is a great card. Enchantment. Activated abilities of creatures you control cost 2 less. To activate this effect, can't reduce the mana, and that costs to less than 1 mana. And then last card of the pack, and then we have 4 packs left, an Airbender Ascension. So I am getting a lot of duplicates. We already pulled Airbender Ascension earlier, I believe. I don't know where it is, but it is somewhere. But here we go. We find this again. Or no, we did not pull an Airbender Ascension. Nope. I think that is the first one we find. All right, here we go. 4 packs left. I don't know if you've noticed, but I like to say, all right, here we go, a lot. 4 packs remain. A Wandering Musicians. Earth Villager Ruffians. Badger Mole. That would be good. A Badger Mole Cub. Let's find a Badger Mole Cub, chat. Koala Sheep. When this creature enters, you gain 3 life. 3/2 for 3 when it enters, you gain 3 life. I like that. Run Amok. Appa, Aang's Companion. Nice. 2/4 flying. When Appa attacks, another target attacking creature without flying gains flying until end of turn. I love the symbol under there. This foil looks so nice. Followed by a forest. And it is a mythic. It is Sozin's Comet. 3 and 2 red. Each creature you control gains firebending 5 until end of turn, which is just wild. Whenever it attacks, add 5 red mana. This mana lasts until end of combat, and it has Foretell. This is a massive card. Each creature you control gains firebending 5 until end of turn. Each creature. This is wild. I don't know what I would do with this card, but that seems pretty crazy. What do you think you can do with Sozin's Comet? And then we find another foil, and this is a mythic from Jumpstart here. 3 and 2 blue for a 4/4. Oh man. Wan Shi Tong, All-Knowing. When it enters, target non-land permanent's owner puts it into their library second from the top or the bottom. Whenever 1 or more cards are put into a library from anywhere, create 2 1/1 colorless spirit creature tokens with. This token can't block or be blocked by non-spirit creatures. This seems like a very interesting commander to try out. Love the art on that as well. Extended Art Mythic. Followed by another mythic. We find Avatar Kyoshi Earthbender. We're finding so many good things from the Jumpstart packs. Legendary creature, human avatar. During your turn, Avatar Kyoshi has hexproof. At the beginning of combat on your turn, Earthbend 8, then untap that land. This is quite the pack. We find Sozin's Comet Mythic. Wan Shi Tong Mythic. Now we find Avatar Kyoshi Mythic. Followed by an Elemental Bond. It's a mythic. Are all of these mythic? I bet they all are mythic, aren't they? Yes. Yes, they probably are. Yeah, I'm looking at these. These are all mythic. Oh, Paige is going to see this and be like, they're all mythics, Jake. All right. Whenever a creature you control with power 3 or greater enters, draw a card. Pretty strong card. But can we go all mythics? Last card here. That looks kind of spicy. Extended Art Iroh Tea Master. 1, a red and a white. When Iroh enters, create a food token. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may have target opponent gain control of target permanent you control. When you do, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. Put a +1/+1 counter on that token for each permanent you own that your opponents control. Okay. And then this is our art card. So foil extended Iroh T Master there. Okay. Yeah, there's like this little spot here that they made that makes it easy to open from this at the top. I'm happy to have discovered it. All right, 3 packs remain. Earth Kingdom Soldier, Arena, Enter the Avatar State, Dragonfly Swarm, Haru Hidden Talent, Tundra Wall, find Fists of Flame. Draw a card until end of turn. Target creature gains trample and gets +1/+0 for each card you've drawn this turn. That's a fun card. Frantic Confrontation. Forest. The Earth King. Whenever the Earth King enters, create a 4/4 green bear creature token. So for 4, you get a 2/2 that brings a 4/4. Okay, I'm in. Whenever one or more creatures you control with power 4 or greater attack, search your library for up to that many basic land. What? Put them onto the battlefield tapped. Basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle. Whenever one or more creatures you control with power 4 or greater attack, you do that on the attack. This card is insane. It's so good. Then we find Chong and Lily Nomads. Whenever one or more bards you control attack, choose 1, put a lore counter on each of any number of target sagas you control. Creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn for each lore counter among sagas you control. I don't know if I'm missing anything, but I don't think I've pulled one saga this entire time. This is like a saga-less collector box here. We find Bossing Say. This land enters tapped unless you control a basic land. Tap, add 1 green, and then for 2 and a green, Earthbend 2, activate only as a sorcery. This seems like a very strong land. Earthbending seems just so strong. Set that here. All right, 2 cards left in this pack. 1 is a Shattering Spree, source material card. 1 red, sorcery, replicate for a red, destroy target artifact. Shattering Spree, very strong card. This is it in the source material frame. Followed by, all right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. It's an Avatar of Destiny. Wow. So this is in the intro inspired frame here. Intro inspired. I don't think this is the Eclipse, but this does look very, very cool. Enchantment Aura, 2 and 2 green. Enchant creature you control. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard and is an avatar in addition to its other types. When enchanted creature dies, mill cards equal to its power. Return this card to its owner's hand and up to 1 creature card milled this way to the battlefield under your control. Avatar of Destiny. That looks so sick. Really, really love how that looks. We'll set that up here because I think that that's a very rare frame. We have 2 packs left. Vindictive Warden, Giant Koi, Merchant of Many Hats, Caves of Two Lovers. There's a saga. We found one. There's a saga. Buzzard Wasp Colony. God, I do not want to run into that. Find a Shrine. Feed the Swarm. Nice reprint there. Love this card. And then we find Explosive Shot, 4 damage to target creature. Nice sorcery speed card. Loyal Fire Sage, Plains. Then we find Airbender Ascension, and now we are getting a little bit of duplication. We have pulled the Airbender Ascension. We find it again. And then Lost in Memories, 1 in a red. Enchantment Aura Flash. Enchant creature you control. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. This seems very good. +1/+1 and has, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback. This is so good. That is such a good card. Followed by, I am going to butcher the name. So, legendary creature, Fish Spirit. Whenever it becomes tapped, draw a card. Whenever it becomes untapped, put a 1/1 counter on them. So, a 3/3. I mean, the art is just beautiful. Tui and La, maybe? Tui and La? I don't know. I'm going to fail. Then we find Volcanic Torrent, 4 and a red, Sorcery Cascade, deals X damage to each creature and planeswalker your opponents control, where X is the number of spells you've cast this turn. It's our source material frame. And last card of the pack, looks like it's an elemental frame in foil, Foggy Swamp Visions. This looks really sweet. Sorcery, as an additional cost to cast this spell, Waterbend X. Exile X target creature cards from graveyards. For each creature card exiled this way, create a token that's a copy of it. At the beginning of your next end step, sacrifice those tokens. So, pretty cool looking card here. Love the art on that. I really do love the elemental frame, so this is like airbending. Very cool. I guess we'll put that up here. Another one of these. And we have one pack left. I hope you've enjoyed this. I am most excited to take a look at building this Avatar Aang. But we have found some really, really fun stuff in here. And yeah, let me know what you think of this product. Leave it in the comments. Are you excited for Avatar? I'm excited to finish watching the show. Here we go. Flopsy. An ape goat. War Balloon. This card seems so fun. You can put a fire counter on it just for 1, and then you don't have to worry about crewing it once it has 3 fire counters on it. It's just a creature with flying. It's a cool effect in red. Deer Dog. Eel Hounds. This is a very good card. For limited, 4/2, trample. When it attacks, another target creature you control gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. So strong. Island, and then here we are, down to our last 5 cards. We find Toph. Hard-Headed Teacher. 2, a red, and a green for 3/4. When Toph enters, you may discard a card. If you do, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever you cast a spell, Earthbend 1. If that spell is a lesson, put an additional +1/+1 counter on that land. So this is a fun, interesting build around in Gruul colors. Set that over here. Followed by the Blue Spirit. 3 and a blue for a 2/4. You may cast the first creature spell you cast each turn as though it had flash. Whenever a non-token creature you control enters during combat, draw a card. It's an interesting card there. And Sokka, Bold Boomeranger. A blue and a red for a 1/1. When Sokka enters, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. Whenever you cast an artifact or lesson spell, put a 1/1 counter on Sokka. It's a fun Is It. Fun Is It creature. Full art. Then we find Scout's Warning. 1 white instant. The next creature card you play this turn can be played as though it had flash and draw a card. That's a fun source material frame there. And last card of the box. We're going to slow roll it here. Can we find something spicy right at the end? Well, it does look like it's kind of spicy. It looks like it's a scene card, possibly. Ooh. That is a rare, and that is a scene card. Wow, that looks so good. Azula, Cunning Usurper. Do I build it? 2 black, a blue, and 2. For a legendary creature, human, noble, rogue. Firebending 2/4/4. When Azula enters, target opponent exiles a non-token creature they control. Then they exile a non-land card from their graveyard. During your turn, you may cast cards exiled with Azula, and you may cast them as though they had flash. Mana of any type can be spent to cast those spells. This looks really, really fun. I do not have a Dimir commander. Maybe this is the route that I go. Firebending is something that's really cool, and this card is just gorgeous. Let me know what you thought of this. Big thank you again to Wizards of the Coast for sending this product our way. Yeah, let me know what you think of Avatar. I'm very excited. This has been really cool to open this. Yeah, big thank you to Wizards of the Coast for this free sponsored product so that we could get a first look and get some videos out there so that you can get an idea of what you think this product's about. Okay, 2 Dark Depths. We got some really, really crazy stuff here. I'm going to put together a short where we talk about, you know, a 3-minute collector box so you can get kind of an idea of what all comes in here. But other than that, we'll catch you later. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and come back and hang out in the future.